Alright guys, there has been a massive update to Planet Coaster 2 being announced for the free update 1, which is coming in December. And without further ado, let's jump into it because there is a whole bunch of stuff we need to talk about. And finally, it's not like they're listening, it's almost like they're working on my Y list. I think Frontier just took the Y list and they're like check marking all the boxes. Now, just kidding, but let's get into it. So first of all, we get a whole bunch of UI adjustments for PC only, I may say. And there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, first of all, we get back our edge scrolling. Even though not many people will potentially want this, but specifically for like content creators or so, we have our own technique to make some flyovers over the park. And well, as there is no cinematic camera, that makes a lot of sense. Then the browser tabs will remain on screen whilst in tool menus. Thank God, finally. Color picker adjustment. Exiting the color picker will apply setting as well as click and confirm, which is great because that always reverted it and you're so used to just changing the color and then going back to continue building and then you need to do that again. The input field will no longer require the hashtag when adding manual colors. Well, that's a little thing, but it's great. Correct the mouse failing to move the cursor whilst outside the gradient square. I had the same issue sometimes, so good that it's been fixed. Improve the areas where scenery would remember the last custom call. That's so good because when you have like a rock, for example, aquatic rock, and you color that, you pick the next aquatic rock and it should be in the same color because why would you need to do that individually? So that's a very good thing they fixed that. The browser no longer will be closing when placing blueprints, thank God. Another one of these closing issues, we've been talking about that for months since the first playtest actually. Improved responsiveness is great and also tooltip will show when in placement mode, good. Then the next bit is going even better. So the return to browser option will work inside the track editor. Good stuff, because then you don't need to go every forth and back. Then for PC players, angle snap and other sliders that have an off option will have functionality for easy toggling, meaning at the moment the angle snap toggle does not work on coaster building, which is a bit of a pain because you just want to quickly toggle the coaster like angle snap. When you do certain elements you want to have angle snap, and if you do certain turns you don't want to, and always having to go into the menu is kind of weird. And also embedding the create, write and coaster UI into the object browser rather than having its own bespoke UI is basically giving us back the same UI as we had in Planet Coaster 1. For those of you who don't know, the menu is going back down below in your browser menu to the right bottom side, and you don't have that big window in front of you, which you just essentially don't need. So that is super great. Adding the ability to separate loading and unload stations where applicable. This last bit is already again, no, just give it to us for every ride. It doesn't matter. People who want realism, they just do it on the correct rides, okay? Ah, dang it. Anyways, at least we get it, okay? Adding a new heat map for guest tolerance would show the tolerance for fear, nausea, and ride height. Well, that's okay, that's cool. I don't use that, but it's a good feature. Added scenery pieces to get custom coaster supports. Yes, because the custom supports at the moment are only for water rides, for whatever reason. Then, add a selection of glass pieces for players to use in their parks. Thank God! The performance in my park is finally happy again. Adding the ability to change weather in Sandbox. Yay! Visuals. Water droplets will now be visible in the game camera when camera goes into pools. Well, that's a little thing, but it's nice. And then also increase the possible maximum guest cap whilst playing in solo plane Sandbox mode only on PC. And then miscellaneous bug fixes, correcting jiggering species special, blah blah blah. That's a lot of other stuff. And then in addition to the above, we are also working hard on bringing the following additions and enhancement to this update, and will update you on the progress in the coming weeks. So flumes, improvement to flume physics behavior. Well, you should call that like adding physics behavior. Anyways, more realistic guest dummy behaviors, allowing multiple guests on flumes. Great. Then color blindness friendly heat maps is amazing. Enhanced UI stuff, amazing. Control, streamlined multi-select shift control now toggle between options rather than needing to hold the shift key. Thank God. Added custom rebindable controls for camera, tilt and mouse, also good stuff. Customizable tracked and transport rides. Whatever. This is actually no, this is great because I was also so confused that it's not possible. I thought that this is going to be a little bug, but hey, additional guest and staff balancing. Well, that's good. I hope that this also brings in a lot of helpful stuff to how they move and so on. Remove the download limit on PC, great, and also increase the number of items displayed in the browser per page, also great. So this is a hilariously long list of fixes for a first update. it's needed, okay? I'm not going to lie about that. It's needed. But I'm so happy that they work on all these things. And as this is only the first update, I can't tell you how good that is. I hope that this is going to bring the game to a status that, frankly, it should have been at launch. You know, I'm not going to be awfully positive about this now, as these are all things that should have been in base game, frankly. But I mean, you know, we could be worse off by not having all these edits and fixes anyways. So I'm not going to complain here. But like specifically a couple of little things like the water, like the glass, so I don't need to use water anymore for the glass pieces. That's really good. And fixing all these like little things, you know, the browser UI and the color picker. These seem like little things, but they have a huge impact on the way we play the game. You play the game. We all play the game. So thank you, Frontier. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for working on that. I can't wait to see more about that. I'm much looking forward to the December update, and hopefully you are too. That's it. Have a good day and talk to you in the next one.